What's up, guys? Who is ready to sell some houses and ready to make some money? What's up? My name is Oleg, and today on this video, we're going to talk about how to sell 50 plus properties a year and just working on your database and working with, let me give me one second. Okay. And working with investors. This is a big one. I'm going to share a little bit about how I did it and what I was focusing on. We're going to cover some fundamentals. We're going to talk about the basics, the mindset, what you need to think about. The market is changing a little bit. Maybe you have some doubts about the market. Maybe you're confused how to work. Maybe you think that, oh, there's a lot of companies that doing it flat fee. Maybe I should be, or this industry is going different direction than I thought. I'm going to share everything I know. I'm going to try to put as much knowledge as I can. And we're going to just whatever. If you have questions, dump them here, whichever, Instagram or YouTube. And basically, I just want to share first the mindset. Everything starts with the mindset. Because when I got into real estate, it was 2017. I burned all the bridges pretty much. I committed to this industry like full time. I was gonna make it, or I'm gonna be broke on the street. I had nothing else going on. I had to make it happen. I was listening to all the podcasts and watching a bunch of YouTube videos. I saw people in my previous office that I was working at that they were making that happen. They were selling 30, 40, 50 houses. And I thought, if they can do it, I will do it too. And so I started to learn. And the biggest question for me was why this agent is always calling, figuring out how to sell another house, trying to make it happen. And there's this agent, the other one, who's just working by referrals. People would call him, people would text him, people would, meet him and just give him business. And how can I secure myself and make sure that my business is like this second guy that he keeps getting those referrals back? And I was just obsessed. And the Real Estate Rockstars, my Instagram froze. And Real Estate Rockstars podcast was the podcast I was just listening every day for day, a couple episodes a day. There was a lot of good knowledge in there. If you know this podcast, go back like years to episodes like 300. I was there a couple weeks ago. Listen to mine. I'm gonna repeat some of the stuff and some I'm gonna mix up. But basically, let's go. So I don't want to take too much of your time talking, history and about me. But we're gonna talk a lot, and I just want to let you know that real estate is one of the best industries. Think about it. You gotta open up the business. You need a restaurant, right? You need a place. You need lease. You need equipment. You need produce. You need salaries. Bunch of money. In real estate, you get your license, couple $100, you're in the business. Amazing industry, amazing. And think about how much business. Just look around, how many houses is there? It's all inventory. It's all people who want to transact, just not now. And that's who you need to be focusing on the people that are broad audience, not the ones that want to do right now. And that's the biggest mistake that a lot of people do. They focus on just one, the people that want to do business right now. You should be focusing on all people. One is going to do it right now. The other one's going to do it in a year. The other one's going to do it in 5 years. Who cares? Those people will remember you if you keep showing up different ways. There's different ways now how to show up. There's social media, all these channels. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know how people would do the business a bunch of years ago, but basically, real estate is the best industry by far. You get to build relationship. You get to know a lot of people. You get to talk to people that about things that they are interested in. Just I was thinking like which industry to go to, and I went into real estate because I thought that if a lot of people meet me somewhere in the street, we can talk about this. Like if I go to like an industry that's I don't even know, like some rocket science, whatever. Somebody asks you, what do you do for a living? I do rockets. I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to talk to you about. So real estate, you can always talk about real estate. But I want to let you know that if you want to be a $1 million income producer, it's doable here. In real estate, it's doable. you just have to put your mindset and you have to commit. The commitment is the part where you burn all the bridges and you go all in. And when you go all in, a lot of things happen. You start focusing, and the focus is where the magic happens. I have some notes here too. I'm gonna look a little bit to the side. Commitment is what you need to be if you want to achieve. Maybe you don't want. Maybe you don't need 50 plus. Maybe you'll be fine with just two properties a month. But if you want to get to 50 and 70 and 100, absolutely you have to commit. And there is no balance, work-life balance. It's just grind nonstop for a couple of years, at least a couple of years, nonstop grind. But then if you follow up and you capture those people and you treat them right, you send them gifts, you send follow-up messages, follow-up emails. If you do everything right, then you can relax. So let's talk. I'm going to cover a little bit about how I was building my business. I don't know how long we're going to go. It's fine. If YouTube cut us off and it needs a little bit more money, like if it's the free version, I don't know. If it cut us off, then we'll stop, but I'll just keep going. So if I'm going to just share like my goals when I was just starting out and what I was getting as a result, and then how I was building up my business. So in the beginning, 6 months of when I got into the business, I was just making a bunch of cold calls. I would just call for sale by owners, a lot of for sale by owners. First, it took me 2 months to just get started with for sale by owners. I couldn't even get comfortable. I would be shaking, but I knew that if I make 100 calls, one guy is going to pick up the phone and sell, let's go, and I'll have a listing and I'll sell it and I'll have money. So I was just doing that, but I didn't get much traction. I wasn't really good on the phone in the beginning. I'll tell you when I got real better, but in the beginning, first 6 months, I got like 3 listings or something. So basically, I wasn't really doing much in the first 6 months, and that was 2017 to like April 2017 to the end of April 2017. I was still doing a bunch of phone calls to the for sale by owners. And then I discovered the video. That's when everything started to shift, and that we're gonna be talking about it right now. But I just wanted to let you know that videos is like it's the gateway, it's the highway to reach a lot of people. But then once you start reaching them, you need to somehow capture this audience to retarget them again. And I'll be sharing how I did it. Basically, all you need to focus on, if you want to sell 50 plus properties a year, it's one a week. It's not that much. 50 properties a year is only one a week. You need to start with a focus of like 20. Let's focus on how to get to 20 homes a year. And that's basically done. Here's what I was focusing on. You have to make sure that all of your social media platforms are all covered up with real estate stuff. Like your Facebook page has a banner, has a logo, has a bio, and all that says real estate. Every time somebody logs into your Facebook page, it's just covered up with real estate and mixed up with your personal stuff. A little bit of your personal stuff mixed up in there. That's good. That's relatability. A lot of people would go to like it, but most of it has to be about real estate. In the beginning of my career, I was also asking myself, like, when people are looking to hire a realtor, how do they know which one's good? How do they know that this realtor is good, this one's bad? It's about commitment and activity and how busy you are and how knowledgeable you are. So before you get and start making a video about educational or something, you're gonna read something, right? You're gonna read an article. You're gonna understand the article. You maybe gonna read another article, and then you're gonna make a video about it. So when you putting out the content on social media, that's gonna force you to become better. You're gonna start reading a lot of news and articles, and you're going to be putting up a video about that, and people are going to know and see that you are knowledgeable and you know what you're talking about, and they're going to kind of like a little bit. It's gonna attract. That's the word I was looking for. It's going to attract. So basically, we start with a Facebook page. That's going to be covered up with all the real estate stuff. We are professional realtor, and we are adding friends. We're adding friends on Facebook, because we need to grow your audience. The number one goal that we need to have in the beginning is to let everybody know who knows us that we're a realtor. That's the number one job. Just let everybody know. Whoever knows you need to know that you're a realtor. And number two job is to build up your sphere. So grow your sphere. When you grow your sphere, then everything you're putting out is just exponential. It grows much better. The second one, in the beginning, like, we got no leads, right? And we got no money. So we don't need to spend no money because everything is free. Like, Facebook's free, YouTube's free, Instagram is free, Facebook groups are free too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put out content and share to as many groups as we can. We're gonna go into different groups. We're gonna join them. We're gonna engage, and we're gonna share our content. I remember in the beginning, I was a little bit afraid of sharing my content because people don't know me. Who's this guy, talking stuff here about real estate? I've never seen him. Actually, we'll tell you a little other story about something else that I was doing in the beginning when a lot of people would ask me, would not know who I am. And I was just going, just being like, I've been here for a long time. But basically, you're sharing a lot of content to your page. Personal. Forget about business page. Don't do any business page. You don't need no website. You don't need no Facebook page. You just need a personal Facebook page with a lot of content, and you're going to be resharing that to different Facebook groups. Here's your hack, and I can end the video right there. But we're not going to end because we're going to cover a lot of stuff. That's your. If you have any questions, dump them in there. I'll be more than happy to answer. And even if you're watching that on the replay, put the comments underneath so I can make a video about that too. Because we got a bunch of notes here, but I'm going off topic a little bit because I just sometimes when I want to say something, I have to say because I'm gonna forget. But basically, yeah. So don't worry about anything else. Like your phone. I'm doing the Instagram right now from that. Your phone is a tool that that's all you need. You really need just a service from your phone to make phone calls, to make videos, to do the Facebook posts, and do the texts and emails. Basically that's all you need in the beginning to get to 50 properties. We're going to talk about how to work with investors, but that's your number one hack. And then I'll be talking a little bit about how to respond to different questions. Let's say some objections that clients might have. That's also a big marketing tool for you. Like I'm all about lead gen and creating leads, but also converting leads is super important too. Like whenever you're at the party or event, and if somebody asks you a question about the market, the way you respond is the way they're gonna either work with you or not. So if you're, how's the market? Good. And that's it, then you're done. Pretty much, I don't know, this realtor is not really impressing me. But if you're going to say that unemployment rate is this, the inflation is this, the Fed is meaning this, and if the inventory is down, then, then if there's more offers, no inventory, prices going this way, is there going to be a crash? No, but explain. And then you're going to say, why is there going to be a crash? There's lack of inventories. There's not enough sellers. There's more buyers. Still, we see multiple offers. The reason why something will crash if there's an influx of sellers at the same moment and they need to sell. A lot of sellers don't need to sell. They might just drop the price, and if it doesn't sell, I'm moving off the market. If you just combine all that knowledge and present it, they're like, whoa, this guy knows more than me. I need to hire them. Or if the client even calls you and then you tell them things like, exemptions about taxes, how to apply for homeowners exemptions, stuff like that, that's your soft converting skills. And a lot of times you might not even notice it, but you're just being you and you being obsessed about this business, and people are just liking what you're saying. But and I'm going into a tip which I want you to share is that the going out, going to events, going to parties, going to different housewarming, birthdays, it's the marketing. And whenever you come in, you bring a little gift always, right? I mean, you come in not with not empty hands, you come in with a gift. Do a little better gift. If you do a little bit more money or better gift, then the impression is better, and that means that you might get a client from that too. So just be a little thoughtful about that. But let's go. Let's talk about. Oh, here I wrote down. I wrote down this. The easiest client is the returning client. That's about follow up. Like you need to have a system. That's where the money's made. It's a follow up. A lot of you know that money's made in the follow up. In order to get a new client, you need to spend either money, time, and it's not easy, and it's not just a little bit. Sometimes it's a lot. It's a lot of time. Sometimes it's a little bit of money. Sometimes it's a little bit of networking going out, and a little bit of both. But you have to. It's going to cost you something. The returning client is the easiest. First of all, the trust is already built. They like you. They've done business with you. They know how you do business, so it's pretty much easy for them to do business again. But if there's like a National Association of Realtors statistics that a lot of clients were asked if they go back to the same agent, they say yes, but then they actually don't, because the reason why is because there's no connection. The agent is not staying in touch. But that's super important. But there's a lot of tools and there's a lot of softwares how to do it that will help you. But also the personal touch is super important. Like a phone call, a text, a little letter. Chances are, I don't know, probably nobody who's selling 100 houses a year is listening to me. Probably somewhere between 0 and 100. Probably you guys are listening right now. You don't have a huge database, right? You have a little database, maybe a couple hundred people. You can write notes. You can write personal notes. Like I went to Buffini class in the beginning of my career. I learned about notes. Like I've got bunch of notes, like always, bunch of notes, and I'm writing these notes all the time. Thank you for meeting with me. Pleasure to meet you. Hope to represent you with the sale of your home. That's to the somebody I just met. Was pleasure meeting you. Blah blah blah. Business card and send, and just learn about sending thank you notes. That's a big one. Like a Buffini, I love Buffini. Buffini has a very good foundation for realtors. Like if you just listen to what he's saying and what he's preaching, you will be selling a lot of houses in a couple of years. So closings are happening every single day. You need to understand that there's no bad market. Market is good. Market is just shifting here and there. You need to adapt. Sometimes there's more sellers. Sometimes there's more buyers. When the prices are coming down, sellers show up because tomorrow is going to be cheaper. They're gonna unload their properties because I don't want to lose money. I'm gonna sell. So you'll be working with sellers. When the market's hot, everybody's buying. So now you're working with buyers. It's just market's changing and it's all good. You just have to adapt. And a lot of times, like we are 2021, 2022, were easy. Pretty much, it was just too easy. A lot of people think that they're good and they think that it's them who produced that much money. But it's just the market. Everybody was growing. Only the newer agent who just got into the business is struggling because they're working with buyers and it's tough to get a contract because there are a bunch of buyers. But if you're in the business for a couple of years, you're growing because it's just the wave is taking you and you're flooded with business and you think you're good. The fundamentals and the trick there when you are on the rise and you feel like you're selling good, the trick there is that you're not becoming humble. You're not humble. That's what I'm trying to say is you need to stay humble, and you have to understand that the customer and your client, the buyer, the seller is the person who you need and who is the most important. And when you focus on the client and not the income and not you, and you have interest of the client in front of you, that's when everything is building on the right foundation. You need to understand that, and I'm going to cover this one a lot right now. I need to cover this one a lot. I don't know why I wrote these notes because I'm not looking at them, but I'm just going off my head. relationship. Like a lot of agents who are maybe beginning stage or maybe somewhere in the middle, whatever. They think that if I go there, it's too far, and this client's not pre-approved, and this and that, and I'm just going to waste time. Or sometimes they see that the property, that the buyer likes the property, and something just not going there, and then they start pushing. They start thinking about their commission. Or big one, when the deal falls apart, the buyer's pissed. The client, the agent is pissed. They're like, dude, I should have. It's all about the relationship. Sometimes I regret having such an easy deal because I don't know the people. Sometimes, like I'm doing the deal right now, I didn't have a chance to get to know the husband. I don't know much about him. I know what he likes, little things here and there, but I don't know much, and it's not good because he's not going to refer me business because he doesn't know me. Sometimes your fastest deal is not the best deal. The best deal is the one that produces referrals. Also, remember this: one happy client is worth 10 to 20 deals for you. That's a big one. 10 to 20 deals over the lifetime. Are you planning to retire from real estate? Probably not. You're probably going to do this for the rest of your life. You're going to probably build a team or not. Or you're going to do it on your own. You're going to sell real estate on your own. Even though regardless, you need those referrals. And if that happy client sends you a bunch of referrals, what is that worth to you? A bunch of money. So the time you put into the client is worth not just that one commission, but it's worth all the commissions you're going to see from the referrals of the referrals of the referrals and all that repeat business again. Because people move on average 7 years. Every 7 years, people move. So all that being said is that everything you start doing, you need to focus on: is it good for my client? How to improve my service? How can I make one more extra call? How can I, worry one more time? How can I deliver a little bit better service and all that? That's what. And then let's talk about this: pre-approval. Let's talk about the pre-approval. A lot of agents will say, "I'm not going to go anywhere without the pre-approval." Well, I'm going to go, and a lot of agents from our team is going to go, and they're going to make money because focusing on pre-approval is focusing on you. Focusing on the client is what the client wants. Client wants to go see the property. Of course, you need to educate what goes when and what's the most important thing. But you're not going to say, "Oh, you don't have pre-approval. Oh, sorry, I'm not going because, I'm not wasting my precious time." It's all about, educating the client. And if the client wants to go start building relationship. When you start building a relationship, that's going to lead you to many opportunities. I have too much on my head, so I'm gonna be going slowly through the topics, and I wanna uncover a lot of them. Oh, big one: rejection. For a lot of newer agents, just understand this thing: the rejections are. It's just, don't take it personal. You probably heard that, but it's not on you. It's on them. They're talking, and they're acting to them. It's their inner life that's exposed. You understand? Does that make sense? It's not you who created and who is. A lot of times, when you're making a lot of cold calls, they might scream at you and stuff like that. In the beginning, it would just be devastating. It's so hard. I can't get another call going because I'm still thinking about the previous call. It was hard, but then I'm like, I don't care now. But I just understand that this is not to me. If there was somebody else doing that, they would also be going there. So it's just not me. It's them actually being mad at themselves for probably picking up the phone. But I'm okay. Or somebody who was working with you as a client and then they decide to buy with someone else. You probably heard that one. You probably felt that one. That's hard. Just understand that the sooner you get that, the better it is. It means that you're growing. That's just a part of it. You have to go through this. There's no way you're gonna sell a lot of houses and not have rejection and people that dump you and not do business with you, because it has to happen. That's just the process. It's gonna happen. And okay, and now let's go and talk about yes, rejection. We covered the rejection. One more thing, to sell, like, you probably, if you listen to my podcast, you probably heard me saying this. In the beginning of my career, also, I noticed that there's one agent who was selling not that many houses, but he was a very good agent who would care about the client. And I would ask myself, what's the problem there? Like, a lot of doctors, they don't promote themselves. They're just being a good doctor, and they get a bunch of referrals. Um, and I don't know the statistics. Maybe who's more? Is there more doctors? Was there more realtors? Probably more realtors than doctors, because it's much harder to get to be a doctor than to be a realtor. You need to pass the test, and then you're in the business. You call yourself realtor even though you never have sold a house. It doesn't matter. The one who sells 100 houses and the one who sells zero, both realtors. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that the agent who was good, but he wasn't selling, and there was some agents in the market that I saw are selling a lot, and they're being rude. You call them on the phone, they're like jerks. Like, why this one's selling and this nice guy who's perfect, who's very good guy, and he's not selling. And I figured out that the people who are selling a lot, I'm not talking about the jerk guys, but the ones that are at the top. If you want to get at the top and reach the heights, you got to become known. Everybody who is selling a lot of houses are known. You need to start working on your brand. You need to start doing content. That's the only way. How else are you going to do it? The billboards, and then you're just going to blast the city with it. You're going to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, which you don't have. So how are you going to do it? You're going to create content which is free, and you're going to just do content that people like. And so that's when I decided, to do a videos that were called on my Facebook. I have a Chicago Suburbs Life page, and I did a bunch of videos with restaurants. Those videos catapulted me. I swear to God, that's the way it was all done. I just booked appointments with restaurants. A lot of times they won't understand what I'm talking about. They wouldn't believe me. They thought there was some hidden costs. They thought that I'm gonna charge them at the end. But the ones that agreed to it got a free advertising, and I got free advertising too. Like, I would email them, hey, I want to spotlight your video, your restaurant. I'm gonna do a video, and I'm gonna put it on the Facebook, and I'm gonna share it to a bunch of groups. Some agreed, and I did like 17 or 18 episodes. From the first episode, I already got a client. Like, I did the same. I told you before. I would put it in my page. I did everything on my own, but you don't have to. You can hire someone to do it, to help you with, or you can do it on your own. You can even do a story, but the story is going to disappear, so that's not going to do pretty good. But you can do it from your cell phone and edit it in an iMovie. How much stuff you need to put out there. You don't need to do a lot of interview with the owner of restaurant, just a little bit, and then just record the place and put it on the Facebook, share it to groups. I would get a couple thousand views, and that's it. Don't focus on any spending, no money. Don't promote, no Facebook page. I didn't do anything like that. I just put it on my page, and I would share it to a bunch of groups. People would notice it, and they would say, "Who's this guy?" And in the beginning, I would say it's Century 21. I was with the Century 21, and that's it. I wouldn't say anything else. At the end, the little logo. That's it. But the trick there is also that a lot of people that saw it, that live in the neighborhood, people that live in the neighborhood are proud of their restaurants and everything like that's around, and they would reshare on their Facebook groups, on their Facebook pages, and then I would be marketing to their friends, just free marketing, just like, whoo, perfect, and it worked. I got people, I got noticed, I got calls, I got stuff going on right away. And I should be doing it until today. And I should be still doing these videos. But I'm not, because I'm busy with a bunch of stuff. And I don't know why I'm not doing it. I should be doing it. Carlos, if you're watching right now, we should be doing more videos. So you should schedule. And type below if you're watching. Carlos is the guy who's helping me with the videos. And he should be helping me with the videos. Okay, maybe you have a thought about... I'm just crushing a little myth here and there. And I'm just jumping around. But... if you have questions, put them in below. Maybe you have a myth that the commission is squeezing. A lot of listing agents are listing for $300, and some buyers are doing the rebates. Some buyers agents are doing rebates. So maybe Carlos, yeah, let's go. And maybe the commission is shrinking to the level where I don't think this industry is gonna make sense for me. So I'll tell you, uh, there are some clients that are looking for flat fee agents. They're looking for cheap agents, discounted agents. And those are the clients that you don't want because they don't value you. They don't value the service. They don't value this industry. They don't want no realtor telling them how to sell the house or how to buy the house. They know it all. And so it's better if you pass it over to these guys who are doing flat fee. There's a lot of people, even though I bought a house a couple months ago, I'm now noticing how stupid I was going through the process. All emotions, covered up, closed ears, eyes. I don't understand what's going on. I'm just buying a house. Now I'm noticing all these things. There was this, there was this all, this was needs to be fixed, this and that. So I should have negotiated a little more. I could have saved a little more money, but that's what, if you are thinking about, this, that's my thought. That was in the beginning. I was very confused. Like I'm seeing these flat fee stuff going on, and a lot of people are, listing and selling all flat fee. Remember, I was calling a lot of for sale by owners. Those people don't believe realtors at all, and they will go for somebody who is selling their house for only 1%. Those are the tough ones. But I'll tell you this: I've sold homes and listed them for 4%. I was collecting 3 to 4% on my side, and that was no problem with that. And we also were given 3% on the buy side too, which you probably seen too. Like it's no secret there are people that they value real estate profession, they value the realtor, and they will pay whatever you charge. And one more thing: if you're known and if you're recommended by a lot of people, by a lot of friends, family, and you're getting a lot of referrals, and there's a buzz about you, they will listen to everything you say because they believe, they trust you. There's a trust. There's a bunch of referrals. If these people are talking about you, you must know what you're talking about. And then picture you dealing with a stranger who doesn't even know if you know anything about your life or about real estate. They're not gonna listen to you. You need to sell yourself first, and then sell the other product. It takes a lot of time. So like content, producing content, being online, that is not only exposing you and helping you with the market. That's also pre. Now you have to come in and just show what needs to be done because they already trust you, because you're seems like you know everything, or at least a bunch of stuff. So you need to read a lot. That's a big one. You need to read a lot. You need to be a little bit obsessed, like not to the level I am, but at least half of that. You need to become obsessed and love what you do. You need to learn everything. What's the interest rate? Why they're so low? What's following? Why the short-term interest rates are going up and the mortgages are going down? What's going on a different level on the multifamily? We're gonna touch up on investors, and I'm gonna say why investors are the best to focus on. I haven't even covered. I have one page of my notes. Maybe we'll go over 1 hour. But you need to read all this stuff, put it out as much as you can, and make this a priority. This is number one job. Every real estate agent has two jobs. One is produce clients, find them, grind the ground and everything, find these clients, look for them, put out content, make phone calls, create connections, send text, send gift cards, send text messages, DMs, letters, thank you notes, comment on somebody else's post, go to Facebook groups, do videos, collaborations with different cabinet companies. All this is to produce clients, and then you need to service that. Every business has that, but in our business, we don't have people that keep buying from us all the time every month. So once you sell a property to someone, that particular client only becomes buying again and again if they are investors. And that's why I love investors, because they keep coming back and they make money, and you will be making money. But I want to also touch on one more thing: the structure of your day. This is super important. This is why, if you structure your day correctly, and if you are taking it seriously, and if you're planning everything as it's supposed to be as a business, things will be working out, because you cannot, you need to do all the important stuff in the beginning. Like if you wake up, do whatever time that becomes, 9, 10, 8. I was, for the first 2 years in my career, every single day I was in the office. um, I don't know why I was going to the office. I could have been at home, but when I was going there, I was just in the mood. I had no business at all in the beginning. I was just trying to go make it happen. And if you ask Larry, who was my manager of the office where I was at, he said you used all my notes. He has a huge box of thank you notes. I used them all. I would call Fizbos and I would send them thank you notes. So you need to structure your day. In the beginning, first 3-4 hours is have to be a grind. Email, text, DM, video, all that is just, it's in the beginning of your day, and then it's a service. Then you're servicing. If you're in the 9 a.m. in the morning, you're making your brochure, or you're going out and then going to the store to buy whatever you're gonna buy. Your day is already messed up. You're not going to go too far with that kind of schedule. You need to schedule everything from the morning. It's going to have to be intense. It's going to have to be like, after you're done, if in a afternoon, you're like, boy, that was good. Um, if you're not going to be doing that, you're going to start feeling guilty for not having your morning strong. So when that happens, that's a good kind of like a trigger that they need to go back to doing some lead gen. Lead gen is for the morning. So whichever one you want to do, but like I'm all about video. That's what's the best. You can write, you can do the pictures, which are also very good. But the video is gonna be the best. That's what the platforms want you to do. But be careful with the reels. Like Instagram reels. I don't necessarily believe in a lot of these funny ones. When you do a lot of music, video, dance, all that, that's all fun, that's all relatable, things like that. But people are not gonna like it. They're not gonna think that, oh, because you're doing a bunch of dancing reels, that you're a professional. It's funny, okay, haha, but show me you. Show me how you talk, show me how much you know, and if you know something, that we'll do some business. If not, then keep dancing, because I'm looking for a realtor. So that's my opinion on that. Um, yeah. So structuring your day, and if you're in a business and you are selling a little bit right now, maybe some of you are already like going, and you're thinking about an assistant. Then I think if you are not selling 50 houses a year, if you're not selling 50 houses a year, you don't need no assistant. I think in even 50, you don't need no assistant. I think maybe 60 to 70, you probably need an assistant. Don't spend extra money. You can do everything on your own. You got time. That doesn't, with all the technologies, with all the CRMs right now, with all the dot loop and DocuSigns, um, it's all pretty easy to manage on your own. There's not much that you need to do. Um, Especially on the seller side, if you're working a little bit with sellers, that's even easier. Um, so now let's go to I already covered the oh, okay. Here's a big one. Skills. Everything in this business is about working with people. People are social creatures. You need to have social skills. You need to have a communication skills. You need to know how to read people, and you need to develop these skills. The more skills you have, the better salesperson you are, the better business person you become too. So the skills like communications, public speaking. In the beginning, you need to know, how to do the MLS, how to open the lockbox, things like that. But as you grow, you need to start adding, a little bit, um, you know, a little bit stronger skills, like communications, negotiations, reading people, understanding when to pivot, like how to understand what this person, how to sell. Like there's a family, right? There's husband and wife. One likes to know the numbers, the other one likes to know where the Christmas tree goes. How do you talk to them? You talk to them a little bit differently. To each of them, you talk a little different, because this one knows numbers and they are interested only in numbers, and this one's not interested in numbers. They feel they are liking the property. And people usually buy with emotions, so you need to learn. You have to a little bit have emotional intelligence. That's what they call EI. That's those are the skills you need to work on, and that's how that's how um, you become a little better. And also remember that comfort zone. Every time every time there's a growth, there's a stale. There's a moment where you start growing, stop growing. So at that point, you need to figure out, what do I need to do next to grow, and then step on another level. So that's when the comfort zone comes. Everything dies in the comfort zone. Every time you get out of the comfort zone, that's where all the relationships are. That's all the marketing opportunities are. That's where you need to be looking for. Like, where's my comfort zone barrier? Where's that? How can I crash it? How can I get out? Like, I went on the radio, being only I don't remember, a little bit in the business, not even, probably like a month or two, and I went on the radio, and then I went to do like Facebook lives. Like, come on, man, I'm not doing the Facebook lives right now. I'm doing only like pre-recorded videos. It takes me a couple of times to record the video. I was just doing Facebook lives right away. Like, what am I thinking? You think you're that good or what? But I was just pushing myself out of the comfort zone, like radio. We started doing some events in 20, I think 18 or 19. Right away, we started doing some events, the video stuff, the radio, the public speaking. The cold call. No, I forgot the very thing in the beginning. I started doing the phone calls. So these things are everything is just out of the comfort zone. Every time I want to grow, I know that I need to get out of the comfort zone. So that's what you need to do. Okay, let's now talk about source of leads, and types of leads, and what you need to be focused on. So I want you to understand one more thing. Don't pay for no leads. Whatever leads you get, if you're buying leads, don't buy them, because whatever you're paying for them is too much. It's too much money. The only good price for a lead is 1 cent, because that's just information. I buy leads for our team. We have Google leads coming in. I just have to do it because I have to provide something. So we have these leads. They're not the best. The quality of those leads is not good. Um, and the price is a little bit, but it's fine. I'm paying, but I'm not building my business on leads. This is something to get trainings. It's like a training wheels, those leads. For you don't need to spend no money on the leads. Zillow leads still to be the best, but they're garbage lately. There's probably like 3% conversion, so don't buy anything. Just focus on two things. The people that know you must know that you're a realtor, and the number two job is to create it, to build bigger sphere, that there's more people that know you're a realtor. You know what I mean? So keep adding people on your Facebook page. Make your Facebook page that it's all about the real estate. It's all about the business, and grow your network, and then just share your content to the groups. This is like the biggest tip that I want to give you. Now, to sell 50 plus properties a year, let's talk about 50, because everything else, if it's more than 50, then it's just the same thing. Just work harder, work more, and it will take maybe 1 or 2 more years. You probably want to mix it up with some investors. That's why I named this session as working with your database plus investors, because investors, let's talk about why they're so good. First of all, it's easy to generate investors. Like, if I want to sell a property in about an hour, I can sell it because we have a list of investors, and a lot of them are looking for the same stuff. Some of them are looking for something different. Here and there, it's just all about the inventory. But then if we go really strong about it, then we start mailing people that we have the buyer, and these people start calling you, and you start showing and selling the property. So, but I'm going to uncover why these investors are so good. Because first of all, it's easy to generate them. And second of all, they come back. Typically, they have money. And if they have money, they will be doing something with their own property too, selling and buying. So this is like almost like an account. If you're working with an investor, this is almost like and the investor, I mean, not the ones that are flipping properties. Those are good too, but also the ones that are buying to keep. You think, oh, he's buying, he's keeping, he's not reselling. But it's fine. He keeps buying, and then he knows people that are interested too. Because if he starts, making some cash flow, that his friends are all of a sudden looking, hey, you're doing something that I maybe want to do too. So that's what we're seeing in our team. Like we have a lot of agents, clients that are looking for investments, and we kind of became like we're working with a lot of investors. So we love this niche, and we know how to maneuver. We know how to work it. So I'm just going to share how we do it. Um, working. Okay, Carlos wrote, "What are the best investors to find, and which ones to avoid?" I don't know, Carlos, which ones to avoid. Everybody's a good investor. The ones that are reasonable. If you're looking for a house for $50,000 in Park Ridge, I'm not sure if I'm the realtor for you. Okay, let's start in the beginning. So first thing you need to know, you need to understand all the loan products on the world, at least the ones that are available right now. All the hard money loans, what's the difference? What's subject to? Sometimes they might ask you, how's the rent to own is structured? What's the balloon mortgage? Why 25 years? What else? What are the interest rates for those? And what's the BRRR? Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. That you have to understand that. So you gotta watch a lot of videos. You gotta think like an investor too. You want to dip in a little bit into biggerpockets.com. They've got a bunch of YouTube stuff. You want to learn that. You want to understand this world, because that world is a little bit more professional buyer, and if they feel like you know your stuff, they will be recommending you. They will be going back to you. How you generate them is super easy. You start showing them that you have access to some stuff. You can do two things. You can either do this: email a listing broker when you find the deal. When you find a deal on a market, you can email your listing broker. Can I share it on my Instagram or share it somewhere? And listing broker gives you permission. You got a permission to share it. You share it on your social media stuff, and people will reach out. A lot of times, that's how we generate investors. Or you can create a video and saying, "Hey, we got a property. We know that there is a property here and there. Here are the details. You need to understand how to run the numbers. You need to find rental prices for the neighborhood. And if you can compare and find that there is a cash flow, monthly income left at every month, you multiply it by 12. You know how much it's per every year, and then you know how much is a cash on cash. You need to know how to calculate cash on cash, and you need to know how to calculate cap rate. What's the difference between cash on cash and the cap rate? If you don't know that, that's a task for you to figure out by the end of today, because you need to understand what's the difference between cash on cash and the cap rate. Why cash on cash usually will be higher with the lower interest rates. Figure about that. If you tell someone who is your client, and you can explain them why cash on cash with a mortgage is better than a cap rate with a cash, um, then you're obviously know something. Plus, you need to invest yourself. If you invest yourself and you record and you show what you're doing, that you're investing, and you're doing what you're preaching, a lot of people will just gravitate towards that, and they will reach out to you, because they know, oh, he's doing that, he's talking about it, he himself is putting his money where his mouth is. I gotta go and reach out and then talk to this guy or girl. So that's how you generate them. That's how you help them understand the numbers. You need to know all the loan process and everything like that. Whew. Well, that's 48 hours of talking nonstop. Need some water. And then okay, and then when they finally find the property, you run the numbers, all that. You help them close the property. Then you need to help them rent, because they're probably doing it first time. And then you help them rent, which you provide them the lease, you provide them the system where to screen people. And once they do that, they're going to come back to you, because they're going to enjoy the process. Because if you do everything right, there's going to be money flow, and then they're going to like it. They're going to say, oh, you need another one. And so you're going to help them. And then a lot of times you can even guide them. Like if you don't own anything, there's an FHA. There are buildings that you can buy with FHA. You live in one, you rent the other ones. You have to stay 1 year. Technically, you can buy another building like that after you lived in the unit 1 year. You talk to different loan officers. There's different bunch of programs, and you guide the client. They're like, oh my god, like I myself was buying my first condo for $84,000 when I just got into business. I had no money, so I bought it 84. I thought I overpaid, and I was stressed for a couple of days. Uh, I should have bought a building. Yeah, I didn't have no money, but I could have done like 3% FHA, maybe 3.5% FHA. I could have done that. Probably I would have still enough. Maybe I could borrow. I could have done a gift, stuff like that. Nobody told me that. I was my own realtor, and I didn't know any better at that time. I didn't know much. So I'm telling you this. Maybe you're brand new, and maybe you're gonna get something from this. This is 1 hour bunch of talk. It's all over the place, but it's everything I know, no hiding. And okay, pre-approval, we talked about that. And don't need to focus on it because that's something. Okay, I'm gonna share you. I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion. Like a lot of times, like a lot of clients sometimes, not a lot, some will call and say, okay, I want to buy. And then you say, have you talked to the lender? Everything will be fine. Don't worry. Have you talked to the lender? How about, I'll give you a number. You want to talk? No, we just want to look. Okay. You're kind of sensing that there's something going on that they're probably not going to be buying because they don't want to talk to the lender. There's something, I would still waste time. The more time you waste on the client, the more money you make because you help them and you build a relationship. It's the name of the game. That relationship is the name of the game. The more people you can shake hands with, don't worry about selling anything to them. They will pick the property, they will buy it, and they will let you know which one to write an offer for, which one to negotiate. If you know what you're doing, you're going to be selling properties. They're going to be happy with you because you staying with them. You consulted them. You don't need to sell anything. It's not like you're on the phone, you take in the credit card. When you take in the credit card, you need to close because if you dump the phone, they're not going to come back to you. So you need to close. Here, you're building relationship. Even if you close on the phone, next time you're not going to get them on the phone. So this is like a long process. They need to be comfortable with you. So this is a game of comfort. The more comfortable with you they are, the better it goes. The more referrals, the more repeat business, and all that. Also remember this one thing. This is about the buyers. A lot of times agents wants to sell this first property they show, and this is like a cancer to your mindset and to your business. If you feel like you want to sell the first property and you think it's good, then you're messed up. You need to rethink the whole thing. This is not the right way to do it. The right way is, again, to build a relationship. How can you build a relationship on the first property? You really need to go deep, into learning about these people, where they came from, how long they've been doing this, what did they do before, which school did they go to, what do they like, what their hobbies. You start swimming in their, likings and emotions. You need to relate so good that every time they think about you is all positive. Everything is just positive. You're the professional and you're a good person. That's it. You're on a highway to the 50 plus properties a year. But here's a big but. If you think that this first property, if they liked it, or maybe don't like it, or something going on, there's a debate going on between husband and wife, and you're not sure too. Like, I think they like it, but I don't know. So, and then if you feel like this is the property for them and this is a good pick, if they tell you a month from now or 2 months from now, they tell you, damn, we should have bought that house. Shame on you. You should have told them this is a good product. You should have told them this is a nice house. This is the one that you probably want. Take a look, this and that, and this and that. You present all the plus and bonuses and everything that's important to them. You step away, but you've done your job. That's why you're there. If you shut up and you just play as they want because you're worried that it's gonna, because they don't want it, why would I say it? You're there to provide your opinion. Same thing with, like, if you're going to list the property. A lot of times agents coming in and want, as a listing agents, they would say whatever number the seller wants to hear just because they want to sign a contract. But you really need to say closer to what is truth, not necessarily. Sometimes some people would not want to hear the real truth and the right number. You might want to go a little higher just for the comfort, because If I'm gonna sell for 300, how about 320? Maybe I can test the market over there. Well, then we'll drop. If you say no, we need to do 300, then you walk away. I'll gonna get someone who's gonna do it what I want, because he's not gonna feel sleep good at night. I need to try my 320. If you're not gonna try with you, I'm gonna try with someone else, because you don't want me to get more money. So, and then we were working with a buyer. You need to be, because I've got the calls from clients where they said, I worked with realtor before you. I'm calling you right now, but I worked with realtor who I was working with, and if there was a house, I got that call. And if there was a house, one house that I almost bought, if the realtor would have sold it to me, I would have probably bought. And now, man, I need to start over again. I need to look for it. I remember that phone call from one client, and I'm like, woo, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want somebody to talk about that to me, about me, that I should have sold them something, told them about the product, described the product, helped them to pick it, and then they say that this realtor didn't sell it to me. Like, I don't want that. I want, if there's an opportunity, there's this perfect house, I'm gonna let you know. You pick, you decide. It's your decision. I'm here to help. Either way, I'm gonna build a relationship. You're not gonna buy this year. You're gonna buy it in 3 years. You're gonna buy it in 7 years, and meanwhile, you're gonna refer me a bunch of people, and I'm good with that. I'm happy. Every good client is 10 to 20 deals, throughout the lifetime. Anybody's got any questions, maybe, or no? Or if you're gonna buy tomorrow? Yes, Carlos, you're gonna buy. Basically, you gotta buy. You're not buying. You gotta buy. Okay, I got a bunch of text in here. Regarding showing the property, I'm not gonna go into that. That's too much. I don't think I'm gonna go into that. I'm just gonna cover up the basics. So let's close it up probably. So number one, the money you need to be spent, the things you need to focus on in order from free to paid. And I will list a little bit paid. You don't need, forget about paying too money for the 50 plus deals a year. You don't need to spend a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of it, or it's going to be organic. First, I told you about the Facebook stuff. You're going to put out a lot of content on the Facebook, and you're going to share it to a bunch of groups, to your stories and all that. Cover it up. Just do that. That's free stuff. That's just the one thing. You don't need no website. You don't need no CRM. Basically, you don't need a CRM. You just have the Facebook stuff and of your phone number, and that's all you need. You need to have a local phone number. That's important. List it on your bio on your Facebook. List it, because if people remember that it was there, they will go back to it and they will call it. The only thing you want to pay is sponsorship events. Maybe I would say, if you speak another language, you want to go into some events and maybe sponsor them. Those are not expensive, a couple $100, but the exposure is worth it. If you also, I don't know if you can do this, but it's not going to work for everybody. But if you speak a different language, you can do a radio. The radio was really, really good one for me. That produces a lot of marketing, brand for me, leads. If there's a radio AM, FM, very good. But I don't know. Some radios, like I think like a Polish radio charges $3,000 a month. That's crazy money. I think that it's insane. Then I wouldn't do it. It's not worth it. Then you need to program the people. The people that are listening on the radio. First time they hear, like, who's that? Second, they're not probably even not registering. It's going past. Then 5th time, 10th time, then 20th time. And then they're gonna see you somewhere else. That's when it's gonna start working. That's the omni-channel thing. That's how you start touching everybody from different channels. That takes a lot of money, so you don't need that at the beginning. But what you need is it's a client's gift, like a little bit of even the personal note or Starbucks gift card, or if somebody has a birthday, you can send it Starbucks electronic gift card with $6 and just write latte is on me today, something like that. This is personal. This business is personal. You need to be comfortable around people. You need to want to be around people and be as personal as you can. There's different approaches, one-to-many and one-to-one. One-to-many is going to be your number one focus, and one-to-one is going to be your number two focus, because you can only do couple a day. And if you don't have much past clients or sphere in the beginning, then you're gonna run out of people. You're gonna be, bothering the same people all the time. So you need to grow. So that, one to many is number one thing that you need to focus on. And then you need to automate. As soon as you start selling more and more, hey, this live video is going past 1 hour. I think this is like unlimited, so we can go and go. I think my I'm getting tired, but we got any questions? Maybe no. Automation, yeah, like you got to automate your follow-ups, and whenever somebody is buying or selling with you, they need to keep hearing from you. So you need to do you need to have some stuff that goes to their mailbox or email box with some updates that people want to see. So all right, we're going to conclude this probably. So types of videos I would suggest is a community spotlights, like I told you, like with the restaurants. You do a restaurants video, you do some local businesses video, so you're becoming a little bit known in your community. People that live in a community they like, people that they produce content about their community, they're going to reshare that, and then you're going to get the free marketing on top of marketing. You're going to get the educational videos and stories of your regular day. Like whenever you're going, you can record and tell people what you're doing, and that's people like that. And you got to be stepping out of your comfort zone every day. Try to do that as many times as you can, and every time there's a growth. Like right now, I'm going into. I'm saying I'm going, but I'm planning on going into this club called Toastmasters. The website is called toastmasters.org. That's about people who want to become good, like to give out toasts, like public speaking, basically public speaking skills. I think I lack those. I don't think I'm good at public speaking. If you give me a microphone and put me in front of people, a lot of times I don't know what to say. So this is something I want to work on, and I think this is a skill that I'm going to need for the rest of my life. And the more skills I acquire, the better I become. And I think I've been growing and trying to get as many skills as possible, and that's important to me. And I think that's important if you want to grow in this business too. Don't focus on money, focus on relationships. That's where everything is built. Relationships is the name of the game. If you need some mindset shift, and you need something to work on, you understand what you're talking about, this mindset, like that, like relationships. I need money. I remember that one time in the beginning of my career, I was doing rental, and I met with my client, me, and then the client who brought the tenant, and agent who brought the tenant. And this agent, she was in the business for a long time, and there was some conversation going on, and she says there's a lot of people who are looking to buy and they don't buy. Pisses me off. And I said, and my client was telling me something. You have that? I'm like, yeah, but I mean, it's all relationship. And she's telling me, he's too young. Yeah, he's still young, something like that. I'm like, I don't know. That's what I've been coached, and maybe I am too young. Maybe I'm not too much in the business, and maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. And now I can definitely say that she was wrong. I wasn't too young. That's how it's done. Okay, and then if you want to sell a lot of houses, you just need to believe, and you need to commit that this is possible, because there's no rocket science. All you need to do is just be a good person and know what you're doing, and expose yourself. You cannot be a secret agent. Nobody likes secret agents. Nobody's gonna know you. That's something you need to. That's the number one job. Is to lead generate. Lead generation number one. All right, guys. If you have any thoughts, put a comment. The food market called you back to make another video. Remember that? No. Which one? Dali for you? The one we did? I don't remember that. Did they call me back? No. They never called me back. But yeah, if they, we already did one with them. So no, I don't remember that. We already did one with them. We got to do something else. They already have our video. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. If you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, you watch and replay, put a comments below, because then I'm going to go back, look at it, and I'm going to make a video about that, And thank you, Instagram. Thank you, guys, that you watched. And See you again. Bye-bye. Wow, that was my first YouTube live.